Hi, chat room. Oh my god, hello guys. How are you guys today? We're back to streaming a Yuri visual novel. It's been a while. I've already streamed this in the past, but life got very chaotic, and in the meantime, I never got another chance to go back to Highway Blossoms. So I was like, you know what? I've been neglecting Yuri for a very long time. As a gay woman myself, that's not acceptable. So here we are today to stream this amazing visual novel. I really enjoyed playing this last time on stream. It was a lot of fun. And I'm really dying to see what's going to happen to these two girls. And very hi. Oh my god, sweetie, how are you? It's been a while. How am I doing? Honestly, very tired, but very excited to play this. How are you today? Okay, let's load the game. I remember from last time that we had reached some sort of gathering. People were going crazy looking for this like treasure, there's like this legend going around about this massive treasure, and it kind of spread out and it created a big commotion, and everyone's going nuts trying to search for this treasure. Mighty, how are you? Hello. Oh my god, it's so nice to see you guys. I missed you. So yeah, we're at this big gathering of people searching for this treasure, like this massive treasure, and we're also on the search for the treasure. That's as far as I remember from what happened last time. I may be wrong.
A soda tab.
Yeah, this is nighttime now. I think we're camping there or something. We just started with a soda tab, like out of nowhere, with no context. A soda tab. Okay, fair.
Damn it! This is the 5th one!
This reminds me of my girlfriend. Like, my girlfriend is very big on soda, especially energy drinks. So this would definitely be me saying, damn it, this is the 5th one to my girlfriend.
If we find any more, we could start making a curtain out of them.
Oh, it's okay. They're probably using a metal detector to find the treasure, and all they're finding is like cans. Damn. I send the tab flying, speeding off over the dikes.
Maybe we should call it a night. I'm sure we can find it once we're fresh in the morning.
I mean, maybe, but in the morning it's gonna be packed with people. Are you sure that's a good strategy?
Nah, that's no good. We can only do it now because Parks and Recreation isn't paying as much attention.
I don't remember what Parks and Recreation is. I think it's some sort of like special force that looks after the area, but I don't remember. Though even now, someone's still guarding the area near the campground. Exactly. It's like some sort of like guard that's in charge of the area. The rocks give us some cover, so I don't think we'll be spotted, but we still need to be careful.
We'll keep looking for a little while. If we can't find anything, we might want to assume the worst.
The worst being that someone found the treasure. Her face wrenches with hopelessness.
That somebody else found it?
I mean, yeah.
That it doesn't exist!
Oh, or that. Or that.
Jeez, it's like you've never even considered that it might not be real.
Oh my god, Ritsune! Thank you so much for the bits. Oh my god, how are you? What does this button do? Well, it makes you spend money, basically. Thank you. Mwah. How are you? How was your day?
But Mariah...
Okay, money? Yeah. Sorry. Your day's going great? Oh my god. Your VR trackers? Oh my god, let's go. How many did you buy?
Yeah, I know.
I grab my shovel and swing it back over my shoulder. As we walk, we stay as close to the mountain range as possible.
Why are
Oh,
you so
good.
gung-ho
I
about
knew it
this
was
thing
money.
anyway?
Okay. I good. I got 6 trackers. MIU system for quite cheap. MIU. Sorry, I'm not I don't speak tech. Are those Vive trackers? Are slime trackers? What exactly is that? A bit of discomfort in the back of the knee due to some posture problems. I solved it a bit in a gym with some exercises, otherwise fine. Oh, I'm so sorry. Actually, my knees have been giving me a hard time lately as well, so I feel you. I hope you get well soon. Haritora X. Oh, the Haritora ones. Okay. A bit like slime trackers, but they work better. 20-hour batteries. Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Okay. Why are you so gung ho about this thing anyway? What's gung ho? Sorry, English is not my first language. Can someone like explain this for me?
If you're just in it for the cash, there are better ways to make money than dragging yourself around the desert.
That sounds sus. That sounds very sus. Gung ho means extreme or overboard. Okay, thank you.
Oh no, it's nothing like that.
Or like going too far. Oh, okay, I see it.
It's just.
Her voice trails off. It hangs over us, never fully evaporating into the cool night air.
It's okay. Don't feel like you have to tell me.
We both have things we don't want to talk about. That's becoming very clear. At least Marina doesn't swerve off the road, so she can go pout. I just don't want to think about it. All I've been doing for the last month is thinking about it. I almost wish my brain would quit working so I wouldn't have to. So naturally, I take a long, lonely trip with nothing to do except think.
Amber! It's happening again!
What's happening? Do I get takeout moon? What takeout? What's takeout moon? You should if you wanted to go get some takeout food, yeah, sure. Definitely. Food? Okay. You have to clarify, okay? Yes, definitely. No. Whoa. No. Okay. If you want to take me out, Ira has to come along. It's like a 1 for 2 type of deal, you know? Like when you go to the supermarket and you buy, yogurts and stuff, yeah. Like pay 1, take 2. That's what you get. Dinner's on you? Okay, great. The more the merrier, definitely, indeed. Marina stops, hands quivering as she tightens her grip.
I swear, if this is another soda tab.
I don't think it is. The beeping is really loud and it's vibrating a lot.
Oh, okay. Your 2 favorite goobers? Aww. Aw, you're so cute.
Wait, it's vibrating?
It's vibrating? The vibrate! Stop, please! Why do I have to have such a dirty mind? Please.
Uh-huh. It feels weird.
Oh my god, it's getting worse. What is this dialogue, Chad? We need Jesus here, Chad. The metal detector hovers over the ground between the rock and the sand. I thrust my shovel into the spot, the metal scraping against the edge of the dike. Off to a good start, I see. Let's not talk about it. Nothing happened, Chad. You saw nothing, okay? You saw nothing. Planting my foot on the shovel's head, I drive it further into the ground, using every ounce of my strength to dig. The first load of dirt and sand unclenches from the ground, loosening the earth around it. I throw the load aside and repeat the process. Each time, it's a little easier, a little lighter. Finally, the shovel strikes something hard, sending a shocking vibration through my hand and up my entire body. Okay, you encounter something hard that sends a vibration through your whole body. Let's continue.
Bedrock?
I haven't dug that deep.
Dropping to my knees, I reach my hand into the hole and brush off the remaining dirt on chat. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Okay, please. I'm trying. This is my mind is just too polluted for this. Marina leans in. The sound of her anxiously swallowing is barely audible over my heavy breathing. Get your head out of the gutter. Oh, I'm trying. Okay, it's difficult. Okay, I'm trying. My fingers brush against something. I gulp and pull out the hole's contents. A small, rotting wood box. Holy shit, did we find it? My heart stops. Trembling, I open the box. The leftover dirt falling into my lap. I'm being bonked by chat. Hey, no, please, no bonking. Gold.
It exists? It exists?
Oh my god, she's very surprised.
It exists!
Oh, that's cute. Marina yells at the top of her lungs, a yell so loud that it bounces off the mountain, echoing off to the horizon and then back again. I have a feeling this is not the treasure. It's probably something else. Marina has been unleashed.
Shh, not so loud. They might hear us.
She lowers her voice to an excited whisper, channeling her energy into bouncing up and down.
But it exists! I told you it did.
She's right, and despite being proven wrong, I can't help but smile. Here I thought it was gonna be some plastic treasure chest with a coupon for chocolate milk inside it, or something equally shameless and corporate.
Amber!
Oh my god. My only warning is a quick gust of wind. Before I even have a chance to brace for it, I'm engulfed by Marina and her hug.
What?
Oh god, the gay panic is real, chat.
It's real! I told you it was! I told you!
I stop for a second, then smile.
Yeah, you were right. It's real.
I mean, the box is real. We haven't opened the box yet. Don't be so quick to celebrate.
Should we tell someone? What do we even do now?
Maybe open the box? Maybe? I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not sure. It's getting pretty late, though. Let's pack it up for the night. We can think about what to do in the morning.
Are you seriously not gonna check what's inside the box? For now, we can just marvel at the fact that it's no bogus.
Sound like a plan?
It does, but...
She takes a deep, long breath, inhaling all the air around, and maybe even some of mine, then releases it all at once.
It's actually really real!
She's so cute. Okay, chat, if me and Ira were on a treasure hunt like these two girls, Ira would be Marina. Ira would react like Marina. Definitely.
Shh! Marina, quiet! They're gonna hear us.
A thunderous banging wakes me from a dead sleep, rattling the entire motorhome.
Hey! I know you two are in there! You
Holy
two
shit.
better not still be sleeping!
Hey, yo? The muffled sound leaks in from outside, followed by another voice.
Sis, it's not even 7. Can I go back to bed?
Oh god, this is me. I am this child. And another voice.
You're better off just rolling with it. For her, it may as well be noon.
Open up, or I swear Joe's gonna bust down this door!
Hey, what's with the violence? Is this because of the box we took last night?
Wait, what?
Gee, I wonder who this could be. I roll out of bed and open the slider connecting to the other rooms. Marina is sitting pressed up against the back of the fold-out bed with the sheets over her head.
Who do you think it is?
Take a wild guess.
We know who this is. I march over and throw open the door. As expected, my 3 favorite people stand before me.
It's about time! Do you have any idea how long we've been out here?
A groggy Tess sways from side to side. Joseph's gentle hands are the only thing preventing her from passing out on the ground. Aww.
It's funny that you, of all people, would accuse us of theft.
I mean, she's got a point.
What else would you call what happened to my equipment?
I don't know. Borrowing? You loaned it to us, remember?
Correction. Joe loaned it to you.
Okay. Joseph gives a tired smirk and a wave.
I was forced to sit idly by and watch you make off with it. That's theft if I ever seen it.
This is a weird logic, lady. Your brother, friend, whatever, gave us permission to use it. She pushes me aside and clambers into the motorhome, followed by the other two.
Looks like we're coming in.
Damn, that's rude. You weren't even invited.
Good morning.
Hey, you three. Morning. How are you guys doing?
Tired. For what it's worth, we tried stopping her.
Didn't really work. Mariah stomps to the middle of the motorhome, analyzing everything before releasing a loud scoff.
So where's my stuff?
If you don't get out of my RV in 5 seconds, it'll be shoved up your ass.
Don't worry about it.
Ooh, let's go! Oh my god, I love Amber. Amber's my girl. Okay, Amber's my girl.
Hey, Tess. Did you hang up your new wind chime?
Tessa's eyes flicker with interest for all of a second, then return to their obstinate troopy state.
Uh-huh. Above my bed.
Aww. She's such an autistic. It's so cute.
What's up with the fold-out? You two don't sleep together?
Hey, no, we don't.
What?
Told ya.
Damn it.
Grumbling, Mariah pulls a bill from her pocket and slaps it in Joe's hand. Oh my god, they made a bed. Seriously?
Does that mean we get to sleep in tomorrow morning?
Oh, poor child.
Sure does, kiddo. Sure does.
The ringleader of the circus returns to inspecting the motorhome, fiddling with the magnets on the fridge.
Anyway, give me back my equipment and we'll get out of your hair.
Come on, just let them use it. It's the least we can do after tearing apart her car.
He's got a point. Mariah's attention turns to the counter, topped with the open box of stunning gold nuggets from the night before.
And whose fault was that?
Oh,
What is
fuck.
this?
Oh, shit.
What is what?
The thing on the counter? It almost looks like...
Oh, that? That's the piece of the treasure we found.
Girl. Why? Why? Why?
Yeah, right! You're kidding.
She chuckles. She stops.
She's kidding, right?
I have a devious thought and crack an equally devious smile.
Nope. She's telling the truth. 100%.
Oh, Amber, Amber, what are you doing? I wrap my arm around Mariah and bring her close. Joseph and Tess shoot each other alarmed
We found it
glances.
last night. With your equipment.
Ouch. Oh my god. Amber, you're playing with fire. She stands there stupefied.
No! That's impossible. You're lying.
We're not.
Really now? Hey, Marina, why don't you tell her about it?
Sure thing! It started yesterday after we met. Amber looked at the journal again and thought it might be near the smaller rocks behind the bigger one. They're called dikes, I think. Anyway, turns out she was right!
Mariah looks down, muttering to herself.
How?
Damn, gaslight them. Turn up that heat, Amber. Amber is my girl. I love Amber. She's so amazing.
Why wouldn't he just hide it on the mountain? It doesn't make sense. If he was going back to Missouri...
Her voice diminishes until her words are reduced to lip flaps. Like a mad scientist trying to figure out a complex equation, she retreats into her own little world.
Mariah?
A smidge of sympathy buds inside me. I look to Joseph and Tess. Even they look a little shocked.
Is she gonna be okay?
We broke her,
honestly
Chad.
don't know.
I mean, Amber broke her. We didn't do anything. Amber broke her. Tess approaches Mariah, who is still whispering nonsense under her breath. Nonchalantly, Tess hops in front of her, her hand reaching upwards, trying to wave it in front of Mariah and bring her back to our world. No response. Tess pulls Mariah's arms skyward and then allows them to flop down to her side. Still no response.
You know, we've been looking into that treasure since we were kids.
Joseph steps up to the counter and stares into the box.
Never expected someone else to find it before us.
That's more than I can say. I didn't even think it existed.
There's that too.
He sighs, then with a shrug cracks a smile.
Well, good job anyway. You ladies seem cool, so if it couldn't be us, then at least it was you.
Aw, this is such a nice guy. He's a really good guy. I like Joseph.
You guys want to stick around? We could tell you more about it.
He looks at Mariah.
Somehow, I don't think that would be healthy for her. Or you.
Oh, yeah, probably not. He grabs Mariah by the shoulders and begins pushing her towards the exit.
Come on, Mariah. Let's go make you a nice cold michelada. You two can keep the equipment. Think of it as an apology gift.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Joseph. Because cheaply made tools I could get at any hardware store are of equal value to a car. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? They're almost out of the motorhome when Mariah flips and rushes back.
Hold on a minute, thief!
Oh, God. She looks me straight in the eyes, her expression returning to that of a piercing hawk.
You just had beginner's luck. You might have found the first piece, but I promise you, me and my team will find the rest.
Oh, wait a second. There's more? I thought it was just this. So apparently there's, like, more boxes to be found. Okay. She extends a hand and smirks. I pause for a moment, then grab it and offer a spurt of my own.
You're on.
Oh, shit. This turned into a competition. Okay. Marina and Joseph both let out a sigh of relief, as if they've just witnessed the signing of a peace treaty.
Well, guess that takes care of that.
Now let's get out of here and go back to a proper base.
Are you going to drink until you feel better again, sis?
Oh my God. She probably will. That's very relatable, actually.
Shut up! Didn't Mom ever teach you any manners?
She's autistic, dude. She's just gonna say whatever she's thinking.
You always said Mom is an airheaded ditz who wouldn't know good advice
Oh
or
my
a good
God.
man if it bit her on the butt.
Oh my God. I love Tess. Okay, I love Tess.
Oh yeah.
Tess is my favorite.
Sorry for all the trouble, ladies. See you two down the road.
Joseph pulls the door closed. Marina and I stay put as the bickering of the trio fades into the distance.
Were you serious?
About what?
The treasure. You told Mariah that you were gonna find the rest. If you were just being nice and want to leave now, that's fine too. You've already done a lot for me.
She casts her eyes downwards to hide her emotions, but I know better by now.
And let you keep all the treasure for yourself? Hell no.
We both know that's not the real reason, Amber. But that's okay. We're just gonna go with it for now. Her eyes bounce back.
Besides, someone's got to keep you from getting yourself into trouble. May as well be me.
Uh-huh. Sure, Amber. It's totally not because you're into this cute little girl, of course.
For real? But don't you have the festival to go to?
It's still a little while away. I wanted to do some sightseeing anyway.
Marina launches forward. Before I can sidestep, she tackles me with the force of a gold-filled freight train. I don't even try to resist. It's futile in the grace of Marina's hugs.
Thank you, 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 thank you!
She's so cute. She's adorable.
Actually, I probably owe you an apology.
Oh, you do? She cocks her head and looks up at me. I look away, my bashful side taking over.
Well, you know, I kept saying it wasn't real and stuff.
Hey, don't worry about it. Most people wouldn't have given me the time of day.
Yeah, but
Relax. Just figure out where we have to go next.
I smile. We walk to the front of the RV and take our seats. Grabbing the journal from the glove compartment, I flip it open. I glance over the second to last entry. Key phrases like split path, detour, and acres of identical arched stone throw my brain into the deep end, drowning me in a dizzying puzzles before I've even fully read it. Marina peeks over, trying to decipher the entries with me. A speck of A speck of inadequacy crawls up inside me, and I quickly flip to the next entry before Marina notices I'm stuck. I'll deal with that later. For now, we'll just narrow this down. Much has happened since my last entry, so let me waste no time in beginning. As I mentioned previously, I had begun to develop a cough of sorts during my travels. At the time, I thought nothing of it, just a result of being overexposed to the elements. After all, a handsomely rugged and worldly man, such as myself, should be used to such things. But I digress. Unfortunately, the more I continued under the blazing sun, the more my condition worsened, until finally my body gave out. The last thing I remember is falling off my steed. Sometime later, I awoke next to a fire with my horse nearby. I myself could not move as I was held down by illness and sweat, but I was reassured by a man sitting across from me. Upon further inspection, I realized he was a native of this land. I had several encounters with people of his sort during my time on the wagon trail, so naturally I was suspicious and fearful for the remainder of my gold. However, the man said he had no interest in such things. Hey Dum, how are you today? A dry, quiet fellow, the man told me his name was Lamazi and that I was in a canyon his people occupied, although they had been driven to a different segment of it some years back. His English was quite fluent, and when I inquired, he said he had learned from settlers as a boy. Over the next several days, Lamazi would nurse me back to health. He would never stray too far, as he preferred looking after his estranged tribe from a distance, but I was able to explore portions of his home. Eventually, I stumbled upon a long-ruined home built into a cave on the side of the mountain. According to Lamazi, there are many more like it, though they originally belonged to enemies of his ancestors. It was then that I realized where I would leave the next portion of my bounty. On my last day with him, I informed Lamazi of my plans, where he casually promised to guard it for me until I returned. But before I left, he pointed me in the direction of a sacred landmark, one so giant and huge it would simultaneously be a conspicuous and inconspicuous hiding place. With that knowledge, I bid farewell to my new friend and trusted the gold in his care. Perhaps I will reward him with some of it on the return trip.
You're my Lamessi, Amber.
Oh, that's so cute. Suddenly my chest feels like a hummingbird is fluttering around it. I shift my eyes away from her, smile, and hide my face.
Thanks.
Oh. When you strip away the circumstances, I guess I did save and protect her like that Lamazi guy did with the miner.
A gorge is like a canyon, right?
Marina leans in closer and points to the entry, strands of her soft hair tickling my cheek. I scoot back and power through it, taking a sharp breath to recollect myself.
Basically, yeah.
Marina nearly springs out of her seat in a burst of realization, her head an inch away from smacking into the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Oh?
Does that mean we get to go to the Grand Canyon? Do we get to go to the Grand Canyon, Amber?
Not unless history decides to rewrite itself. There are lots of canyons with ruins. One of them is the Grand Canyon, but most of them have been cleaned out for hundreds of years.
I choke down a groan. Indian ruins aren't exactly rarities around here. Maybe that other entry wasn't so bad after all.
So we're looking for a place that was still being used in the 1850s.
Marina hunkers down and thinks with me, wrinkles forming on her forehead as she tries to strain out an answer. I'm pretty sure she doesn't even know where to start, but hey, at least she's trying.
Well, there is one place.
Marina hardly gets a breath out before I crush her dreams once again.
Not the Grand Canyon.
Oh, poor baby. She slinks back into her chair and quietly pouts.
It's still in Arizona, but it's a different place. Canyon de Chelly. The Navajo weren't chased out until 1863, so the timing isn't too screwy. Place is loaded with ruins, too.
Oh, are they Puebloan ruins?
My flow of information stops. She knows what I'm talking about? She can actually pronounce it?
Yeah. I'm surprised you know that.
Yep, I've been reading some of those travel guides lying around. Super interesting.
Those things must be about as old as I am by now. I didn't have the heart to throw them away when I was cleaning everything out.
Hey, that's how I did it. It's the best way to learn. Anyway, Canyon de Chelly is pretty damn close to here.
She gasps.
So it might have lined up with the route he took.
Well, I can't be 100% positive, but...
I close my eyes and snap the book shut, the air between the pages puffing out at us. Then, with one eye open, shoot Marina a grin.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, let's go. Let's go get the treasure. Arizona's highways are infamously boring. Nothing but hills. Up, down, down. There's nothing interesting to look at. Both sides of the road are smothered in nondescript shrubs. It's the part of the country where you just zone out and drive on autopilot. When we finally see a sign for the town of Chinle, right next to the canyon, it feels like we're approaching the promised land. Marina looks up from the book she's reading just in time to miss the sign.
Was that it? Are we there yet?
Nah, 40 miles to go still, so about half an hour.
She makes a sound like a pop balloon and goes back to reading. We take an exit in a tiny excuse for a town. One of those places that has a gas station and a few old houses. It's like in Monopoly, where you buy up all the property you can, even though it's not that great.
This is it?
Marina repeats her earlier question as I slow down to turn left.
Almost. I don't even know what this place is called.
She makes the pop balloon noise again, but leaves the book closed. When we finally reach Chinle, it's pretty obvious. This is the first real town we've seen in hours. The outskirts are industrial, dominated by what I assume are factories. A pair of stray dogs lope along the side of the road, hungry and lean. Marina makes a sound of sympathy, pressing her face against the glass as we pass them.
Hey, Amber.
We're not getting a dog.
God, that's such a lesbian thing to ask, and they're not even dating yet.
But they're so cute. And we could dress them up in a bandana and...
No way. I've never gotten why people want to dress their pets up like people.
To be fair, I am one of those people. Like, I don't get it. Like, unless it's like a skinny dog with barely no hair and it's really cold outside, like, why would you want to dress up a dog?
It's cute.
She's so Ira. I'm sorry, but Marina is just like my girlfriend. It's crazy. Marina pouts. I figured she was just joking, but she didn't actually think I would let her get her dog, right? It seems that all is forgiven by the time I pull into a gas station. She's bouncing in her seat with her usual enthusiasm. Or maybe it's her bladder. My second guess must have been correct because as soon as I shut off the engine, she darts out of the RV and into the store. While she does that, I fuel up. No telling when we'll see the next gas station. It could be 100 miles. And this thing drinks gasoline like a thirsty dog drinks water. By the time I finish, Marina still isn't back, so I lock up and head inside. The store is devoid of other customers. It's unremarkable, with the usual selection of candy, chips, and overpriced beef jerky. I'm not hungry, just passing time. Soon, Marina trots out of the bathroom, glancing around. She spots me and heads over.
Want anything?
Duh, let's see.
I leave her to agonize over the candy bars while I flip through some of the travel brochures beneath the window. There are a couple about Canyon de Chelly, which is our destination just up the road. There are flyers for other Arizona attractions too, including the known local ones. Of course, there are a few brochures for the Grand Canyon, plus a couple must-see sites in Phoenix, the capital. There's even an ad for a novelty just called The Thing in Tucson, but that's far out of our way.
Okay, I'm ready.
I turn around. Marina has a couple king-sized candy bars in her hands and a large bottle of Coke tucked under her arm.
You seriously need all that?
I thought we could share.
Aww. She gives me her best offended puppy impression.
Fine, fine.
I still don't want anything, but I can't say no to that.
Here, I'm gonna use the bathroom too. Meet you at the car.
I place my wallet atop the pallet of candy she's carrying and send her towards the attendant. When I come back out of the bathroom, Marina's still talking to the clerk. There's a bag in her hands, so she must have already finished paying and gotten distracted talking. I join the two of them.
Closed off, so only the guided tours are open right now.
Marina looks like she's seen a ghost.
What's up?
I take my wallet from where it's just sitting, forgotten on the counter.
I was just asking about the canyon and the tours and stuff.
The clerk nods.
Yup. I was saying how if you're here to sightsee, you might have some trouble. A lot of it's closed off because of all the kids coming and causing trouble looking for treasure.
Oh, so the people got here already. Oh, that's not good. Damn. I'm not surprised, but that's frustrating.
What isn't closed off?
Well, there are still some tours you can go on. Most of them, I think. But you can't do the self-guided ones.
Oh, drats. Marina looks at me, eyes wide. Clearly, she's expecting some solution from me. I just smile at the attendant.
Got it. Thank you.
And lead the dumbstruck Marina out of the store. As I unlock the RV, Marina prances around me.
What are we gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna take a nap.
Well, sounds like a good solution for all of this. She stops.
Huh?
Oh my god.
I'm tired, so I'm going to nap for a little bit. I checked one of the pamphlets and there's a tour at 6:30, so we'll just join that and then sneak off.
Like, on our own?
Yeah.
Her eyes go wide again.
Amber, you're a genius!
I twist a lock of my hair around my finger and glance away. Her constant compliments are a little embarrassing, especially for stuff that seems obvious to me.
Thanks. It's not much of a plan, though.
Yeah, but at least it's a plan. I thought we were just gonna have to give up or something.
Nah. Rules are made to be broken and all that.
I feel a bit guilty that we'll be breaking rules specifically put in place because of people like us. But I can safely say that we'll be more careful than the average treasure hunter. Just picturing Mariah, I can easily see her smashing down ancient ruins in her search.
But yeah, wake me up at 5:30. Unless you're going to nap too.
Nope, I'm not tired anymore, so I'll just read some more.
Alright, good night.
Night-night!
I leave her up in the front as I head back to my bed and fall into it. After bunching up my blankets around me, it doesn't take long to fall asleep. Is this the end of the first chapter? I wake up slowly, fighting to keep my eyes open. In the back of my head, I feel like something is wrong. It takes a minute before I realize I've overslept. It's 5:45. Marina was supposed to wake me up 15 minutes ago.
Marina?
I call her name but get no response. Rolling out of bed, I massage my eyes and stumble up towards the front. Of course she's asleep, sprawled down on the dash with her head buried in her arms. It looks like she's been out for a while. Jerking her by the shoulder, I shake her awake.
What's up, Amber?
Her speech is slurred by sleepiness. I ignore the temptation to make the "not you" joke.
How's that book you're reading?
It's great. I just put it down to...
A look of shock spreads across her face. Mounting horror takes over as she realizes the time.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I was just gonna nap, but then I forgot to set an alarm. I mean, to wake me up.
Oh, baby, it's okay.
Yeah, that's what alarms are for.
Freaking out, she hurriedly tries to buckle her seatbelt, failing several times in her frenzy. I pat her on the shoulder as I sit down. It's not even a big deal, but she's so worked up.
It's cool. We're not late yet. Ready to go?
Marina just nods, staring at the floor. I buckle up and turn the key. The engine roars to life and I throw in reverse. I have to crane my neck to make sure I don't run over anyone. Road signs direct us out of town and towards the canyon. After spending so long on the highway, going down these streets with lower speed limits feels restrictive. From the corner of my eye, I watch Marina. She's being abnormally quiet. She fixes her hair, pops her knuckles, and rubs her shoulders, but she doesn't say anything. Finally, I cave.
What's wrong with you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Her tone of voice is stressed. Maybe I'm more intimidating than I think.
You're being weird. Super quiet.
Oh, I didn't know if you were mad at me or not.
What, for falling asleep?
She nods.
Nah, I'm not mad. Trust me, you'd know for sure if I was. I told you it wasn't a big deal, didn't I?
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Marina bounces in her seat, immediately cheerier.
Okay, cool. 'Cause, like, if you were mad at me already, that would be a bad sign.
Sign of what?
That we wouldn't be good partners. You know, treasure hunting buddies?
Is this a new code for U-Haul in lesbian romances?
Oh, we're partners now, are we? You're the sidekick, right?
No way. I'm totally the main character. We're here because of me.
She's got a point, right? I laugh, causing her to turn away smiling. She's a lot cuter when she smiles. I've been smiling more too, I realize. As I think that, it starts to make me sad again. Do I really deserve to be smiling right now?
Hey, Amber?
Huh.
Like she reads my mind, Marina snaps me out of it.
Can we listen to Super Crush again?
Aww.
You seriously like that one?
Super Crush was one of those groups that Gramps loved to show off to other people because they were so weird. All of the members played a different instrument on each album, So it was like a whole other band every time.
Yeah, it was different, but in a good way.
That's definitely true.
With one hand on the steering wheel, I dig around in the bin of tapes by my feet. I flick my gaze between that and the road. Eventually, I find the one I'm looking for. It has a Halloween orange case with text that looks like slime. When it starts to play, Marina hums along. She's almost on key. Guess she liked it enough to remember how the song goes. I crank the volume up, earning a grin from Marina. The sound is tiny and distorted at this level. More distorted than usual, I mean. But it's also more fun. Our smiles last all the way until we roll into a nearly empty parking lot. As I turn the volume back down, I can tell she's thinking the same thing I am.
Amber?
Yeah?
Shouldn't there be, like, other people waiting here?
There probably should. What time is it?
Marina twists around to check.
6:20?
What the hell? Did they start early?
There are other cars around, but they're all unoccupied. My parking job is hasty and I take up 2 spaces but don't bother to correct it. We hurry out of the RV. I almost forget the key in the ignition and have to double back to grab it. Marina's already over at the information desk, probably talking to a ranger. But then she turns back to me, the despair on her face visible, even though it's getting darker.
There's no one here!
There aren't many lights on the inside either. Probably closed at 6. I vaguely recall reading that in a brochure, but I thought there would still be someone around for the tours.
Don't panic!
I jog back to the RV and unlock it again. Rummaging through the glove box, I pull out the little blue flashlight that Gramps gave me a few years ago. I click it on and off a couple times to make sure it works. After I lock everything back up, I join Marina by the unhelpful help desk. She's bouncing on her heels, hands clasped together.
Hey, it's alright. Worst comes to worst, we'll just do it tomorrow.
But what if someone else finds the treasure tonight?
Oof. I don't have an answer for that one.
Guess we'll just have to catch up then, huh?
Turning on the flashlight, I swing the beam around. While there's still some daylight left, it isn't much. Maybe half an hour at the most.
Catch up to what?
The tour group, silly. Even if we're late, they can't have left that long ago. And they'll be stopping a bunch, so we should be able to find them easily.
By ourselves?
Her voice is almost a squawk, like a surprised parrot.
Well, yeah. I don't see anyone else around, do you?
I swivel around, illuminating nothing but rocks and bushes.
Come on, it'll be fine. It's not like there are going to be bears or mountain lions this close to a parking lot.
Those kinds of things live here?
Oh, baby, it's okay. If she didn't know that, then what is she afraid of?
Probably. I don't know. But come on, we're wasting time.
Marina whimpers. Then, surprising me, she grabs my hand. Hers is sweaty and warm. Oh my god, Chad. She's holding her. She's holding our hand. I turn and look at her and meet her wide eyes. It looks like she might cry and makes me regret being so pushy.
We don't have to do it if you don't want to.
She shakes her head but clings to me like a kid, her free hand buried in my clothes. If it were any brighter out, she'd see my face turn red.
No. Like I said, if we don't go now, someone else will beat us to it. Just stay close, okay?
It's
Yeah,
okay. We'll
of course.
protect you. She lets me lead, but doesn't let go of my hands. A large wooden sign marks the start of the trail.
So, are you scared of the dark?
Well, she obviously is. No answer.
But you were fine at Shiprock.
That was different.
Marina's arm jerks, but she doesn't let go.
That was in a town. With people. And roads. And no mountain lions.
Oh, she's so cute. The temptation to tease her more is strong, but I don't. Every time a bird caws or something makes the brush shake, I feel her flinch a little. Somehow, even the sight of her is cute too. A little childish, sure, but it's nice to have her rely on me to keep her safe. To take her mind off things, I make small talk.
So, what are you gonna do once you're filthy rich from the treasure?
Sorry, what?
I asked what you'll do with your share of the treasure.
Oh, I'm not sure yet. I haven't thought about it.
We're out here looking, and you don't even have a plan for it?
It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. What about you, huh?
I don't know either.
Ha! See, I'm not.
Yeah, but I wasn't planning on looking for it, you know? I haven't spent as much time thinking about it.
I glance behind me to see Marina stick out her tongue. I laugh.
But, let's see. I definitely need to pay off Gramps' hospital and funeral expenses.
Aww.
After that, I guess I should probably get the motorhome fixed up. It's not gonna break down on us or anything, but it's kind of old.
Why not just buy a new one?
Hell no!
My response comes out snappier than I intended.
It's just that it has sentimental value, you know? I'd rather keep that than buy a newer, better car. I grew up in that thing. I could never just replace it. After that, I'd probably just keep doing what I was doing before I met you.
And what's that?
Wandering.
Don't you want to stop wandering sometime?
My steps slow a bit. It's an innocent question, but it hits me hard.
Not yet, no.
I whisper it. Marina catches up next to me, dropping my hand as she does so.
At least I'm not the only one without a goal.
I poke her in the side and she squirms away a couple feet.
No!
Torque.
They're so cute. Oh my god. It's hard to stay sad around her. As we turn around the curve in the ground, the tour group comes into view. Just ahead is a cluster of people, most of them armed with flashlights. It's hard to know for sure, but I can see at least a dozen different figures. The tour guide is shining his light up at a rock face, illuminating some designs on it. Everyone has their back to us.
Try to be as sneaky as possible.
I feel like Mariah is already there.
We want to join up without them noticing, like we've been there the whole time. If anyone notices us show up, they might notice when we leave.
Fair enough.
Why do we have to join up in the first place?
I don't know how to get to the ruins we're looking for. We'll stay with the group until the tour gets there, and then we'll sneak off.
Okay, that's actually a good strategy. Marina nods.
Okay, follow my lead. And remember, be as quiet as you can.
We creep forward slowly. If someone were to turn around and see us, we'd look pretty suspicious. But nobody does. The lecture on petroglyphs gets their full attention. Marina kicks a root and I tense up, expecting that to break the spell. But we're close enough now that if it did, it might not matter. And we reach the back of the tour group without anyone noticing. I give Marina a thumbs up, which she returns.
You could see the Anasazi ruins. Some of the Navajo people still call the area home. There's a living community in the canyon who...
I'm not too interested in hearing about the story of the place, so I turn back to Marina. She's looking up at the pictures too, though her eyes appear glazed over. When she catches me staring, she blinks and then smiles. Smile back, though I must look like an idiot just watching her instead of the lecture. You are so in love, Amber. Oh my god, you're so in love. After a minute, the guide's speech concludes, and we start to walk down the trail. Much to my dismay, before I can say anything to Marina, the woman in front of us turns around.
Isn't that just crazy?
Huh?
It takes a second for me to understand that she's talking to me. She fits just about every stereotype of redneck, from the huge hat on her head to the baby strapped to her chest. She'd probably be attractive if not for the layers of sunscreen coating her face. Even though it's nearly nighttime, they make her look like a ghost.
I said, isn't that just crazy? What he was saying about those Indians and how they used to communicate with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Even if I had wanted to talk to her, I still have no idea what the guide had said.
They were just so darn clever. Really makes you wonder how they all ended up dying out, huh?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them are still alive. And like, some of them live here? In this canyon?
I had heard that much at least, but apparently not everyone did. For a second, the woman looks at me like I'm crazy, but then she busts up laughing.
Sorry, you're absolutely right. I was thinking of them Aztecs down in Mexico.
Her laugh is more like a bray. She sounds like a farm animal. In my head, I keep hoping she'll turn back around and leave us alone. But we're not so lucky. She keeps on chatting up as we follow the trail. I'm self-conscious about how noisy she's being compared to the low noise level of the others.
Say, is that where the name Texas comes from? From Aztec?
Oh god. Before I can answer, she started shouting at someone else.
Howard! Hey, Howard, come over here!
Oh god, this is tragic. By now, nearly everyone is looking at us.
Ma'am, can you please keep your voice down?
Oops, sorry.
She apologizes loudly. So much for staying inconspicuous. Howard makes his way over. He looks rather defeated, face drooping and shoulders sagging. I figured he's the woman's husband.
Yes, dear.
I was just talking to this girl here about history, and I was wondering, does the name Texas have anything to do with the Aztecs? Since the words sound kind of similar?
I don't think so.
Huh, go figure.
She cackles again. Beside her, Howard sighs. For his sake, I hope her family is loaded or something. Oh my god, poor Howard. Every time she laughs, the baby on her chest bounces. But the lucky kid sleeps right through it all. Maybe he's used to this.
Anyway, I must have left my manners back in Wisconsin. My name's Linda, and this is my husband, Howard. This little chimp right here
She thrusts herself and does the baby towards me.
is Dino. Ain't that just the cutest name?
You named your son Dino? What the heck? What the heck, lady? I just grunt in response. I'm trying to see around her up to where the guide is alternating between shooting Linda dead glares and trying to narrate the walk. If he said anything useful about the canyon in the past couple minutes, I've missed it entirely. Glancing over at Marina, who has pulled away a couple feet, it looks like she's enjoying my torture in struggling silence. Tears have formed at the corner of her eyes, glittering in the dying light. They're the good kind of tears, the kind from laughing too much. Her hand is smooshed over her mouth and she's shaking with the effort of staying silent. There's no way I can let her get away with that, especially since I need to get closer to the front for now. I grab her arm and tug her over into Linda's line of sight.
I'm Jane.
Hi, Bellig. How are you, cutie? Oh, we're giving out fake names. Yes, that's important. The enthusiasm in my voice is so forced.
And this is my friend Lacey.
Malaysia? Oh my god. I use fake names just to be safe. Marina limply shakes Linda's hand, which has grabbed hers. The mirth has vanished from Marina's face. Good.
Nice to meet you.
Linda pumps her arm like a guillotine, grinning broadly and yet still managing to walk.
It's so good to see young people taking an interest in nature and history and all that. Are y'all from around here? We're originally from Tennessee, see, but moved to Wisconsin and...
Having been properly introduced, I leave Marina to suffer through the family history. I shift away and walk ahead, passing by most of the tour group, so that I can better hear the guide. For a while, he talks about the wildlife and the history of the park. After a couple minutes, though, the lessons become more relevant.
We'll be coming up on the Mummy Cave ruins here in just a little bit. That's one of the better-known sites in the canyon. 700 years ago, it was a bustling Pueblonian village. We can't get too close to the ruins, so unfortunately it might be a little too late to really see them clearly tonight. While the Mummy Cave itself hasn't ever been open to the public.
That's all I needed to know, so I start to slip back towards Marina. It looks like she's still being held hostage by tales of Wisconsin family adventures. Linda notices me approaching.
Oh, Jane, there you are. I was just telling Lacey about one of the cows I helped birth when I was younger.
Oh, goodness. I'm not sure how the conversation went from introductions to cow birth in such a short span of time, but I'm not curious enough to ask. When I rejoin Marina, she mouths 2 words.
Save me!
Oh my god, poor baby. I don't know how to get out of this one. Annoyance aside, it'll be impossible to sleep away with Linda's attention on us. But it seems we're in luck. As we go around another bend in the road, something more interesting than Marina and me comes into view.
Oh, Howard, look! This is it. This is one of those mummy ruins I was telling you about.
Linda elbows forward, moving ahead of us.
You girls make sure you get a good spot. You're gonna want to see this, even if it's dark out.
She forges ahead, her husband trailing dutifully. As he passes, I think I hear him say sorry, though I'm not certain. Once they're out of earshot, Marina makes a sound like a train letting out steam.
Oh my god. I thought I was gonna explode. My ears or my head or my brain or something.
Saw you laughing and figured it wasn't fair if I was the only one who suffered.
I'd take it all back if I could. Seriously, though, first she was talking about herself, then about her kid, then about her childhood, and then she started talking about growing up on a farm. Somehow she ended up going on about cows having babies and how messy it all is. I don't even know.
What, you're not interested in that stuff?
You know! Gross, gross, gross!
Oh my god. She wrinkles up her face as she says it. I giggle, but then turn serious real fast.
Okay, but listen. Because it's dark, the group probably isn't gonna stop to look at the Mummy Cave ruins for very long. So we'll have to wait until we can sneak away again, and then go over there ourselves.
How far away are they?
No idea. I can't see from here. Just follow my lead again.
Got it.
We've been at the very back of the group the entire time. The people right in front of us are much less interested in us than Linda was, so I don't think anyone will notice if we go missing. When we reach a railing, the guide stops to point out the ruins. They're across a small valley, a couple 100 yards away. In the darkness, it's almost impossible to see them. They're just a dark smudge against the even darker backdrop of a mountain. Marina and I are a few yards away from the group too. I pretend to inspect something on a rock, though there's nothing there. As the short speech ends and the guide starts to lead everyone on again, I dart behind a rock and crouch down. Marina quickly follows. I can see her start to say something, but I cup my hand over her mouth before she can get a word out. Silently, I shake my head. Marina nods twice, so I uncover her face. In my head, I count to 60. Once a minute has passed, I peeled myself away from the rock and stand back up.
We should be safe now.
Marina's face lights up and she claps her hands. I notice that she's taken out the journal page with the hiding spot again.
That was so cool! It was like something out of a video game where you just sneak away right in front of everyone.
I guess so, but we still can't be noisy. They're not gonna be that far away. No flashlights either.
Wait, you're gonna go try and find this in the dark with no flashlights? This close-up, I can see her face fall at that.
Don't worry, I'll be right beside you.
Are we just gonna hop the fence and walk over there?
Unless you have any better ideas.
What if they catch us?
Then they'll throw us out.
We're not gonna get arrested for trespassing or anything, are we?
Nah, that'd be too much trouble for them.
I say that, although I don't actually know.
Okay.
The uncertainty in her voice is obvious. I grab the paper from her hands and stuff it into my pocket.
Let's go. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that they'll notice us missing.
I stroll over to the metal rail, hoping that I sound more confident than I am. Honestly, this is pretty risky, and more than a little stupid. But it's also exciting. I duck down and underneath the rail. After a moment, Marina does the same. We're officially out of bounds. Across a small field, I can still just barely make out the shape of the ruins. They sit close to the mouth of a large cave that runs up the mountain like a scar.
Okay, come on.
There's an incline, but it's not too bad. Next to me, Marina spreads her arms out for balance, but I'm confident enough to not need to. Crossing over to the ruins themselves will be the riskiest part. There's no cover, and anyone who happens to look over will see us. We just have to hope that the tour group has moved to somewhere without a line of sight on us.
Okay, hurry.
I grab Marina's hand again and start to run. She struggles to keep up, so I slow down a little bit. It takes maybe 2 minutes from one end to the other. When we reach the far wall, Marina's breathing is strained.
Don't do much running, do you?
Not it. Oh.
Every word is punctuated with a pant. I'm winded too, but fight my lungs to not show it. I have to look strong for Marina. Okay, we clearly know who is the dom in this relationship, right?
Ready for the fun part?
Is it actually fun?
Not yet. We've still got to get up there.
I point to the lip of the cave, a good 50 feet or so above us. Marina's face goes pale as she stares at the sheer rock wall in front of us.
We're not gonna have to climb that, are we?
How else?
I wait a second for the shock to hit her face before I laugh and shake my head.
Just kidding. Come over here.
A short distance away is a slope, somewhat steep but not too long. It leads up into part of the cave close to the ruins.
We actually do have to go up this one.
Her face still looks doubtful.
I don't know if I can get up that.
Sure you can. It's easy. Look.
I hike up a couple steps. Dirt and a bit of gravel tumble down past my feet, but it's mostly stable.
It's almost all dirt. If it was loose rock, we'd be in trouble.
Still looking uncertain, Marina takes a careful step behind me. Then another. She slides back down a little bit with each step.
Try to spread out your weight a little more evenly. You don't want to lose your balance and fall over.
By doing what I say, she's able to reach where I'm standing.
Good job. Now just do that like 50 more times.
Marina groans, but I've already started. I glance back behind me. She's trailing only a couple steps back. For all her worrying, she's doing okay. I'm just about to compliment her when I feel the earth shift beneath me and my foot slides loose. With a yelp, I lose my balance, arms flailing as I try not to fall. Then, faster than I can process, Marina's arm shoots out and grabs my sleeve. She tugs me back upright.
Are you okay? Oh my god, is your ankle alright? It's not broken, is it?
Panic is clearly painted across her face.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
The only thing injured is my pride.
Are you sure?
Yeah, thanks. Good save.
We climb up the rest of the way together, but slowly. At the top, both of us stretch and catch our breath.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Besides the part where you almost died, maybe.
Oh, she's worried about us, Chad.
I didn't almost die. Besides, that's what I have my sidekick for.
She gives me a playful shove.
Hey, I told you, I'm not the sidekick here.
Uh-huh. You'll still have to earn the title of captain. Or commander. Whatever it is. And you can do that by finding this thing before I do.
Oh, it's a competition. Okay. Now that we're actually up in the ruins themselves, it's more clear just how tough this is going to be. The cave stretches a long way, like a deep scar in the mountain. Delicate clay buildings, some barely as tall as we are arranged throughout. They say this was a village, but it's hard to imagine anyone living here. Everything is so cramped and small.
Where do you think we should start?
Hard to say. It won't be anywhere obvious. Remember, people have been studying this place for decades.
What if someone already found it? Like a long time ago.
I shrug, but that's probably impossible to see. The sun has now gone entirely, leaving us in shadow darkness. I wonder why Maria doesn't seem bothered by it this time.
If they did, then I haven't heard anything about it. We've just got to start looking. Try to be careful, though.
I feel bad being here. Maybe this was a bad idea.
Be super careful then. And watch for spiders!
I flick on the spare flashlight and pass it to her, just in time to see the look of disgust at the mention of spiders. We split up, staying close to each other but not overlapping where we look. I get down on my hands and knees, shining light into every corner and cranny that I can. I worry that our lights might be visible from a distance, even though they aren't very powerful. The only alternative would be sneaking over in broad daylight, and we'd be much more likely to be caught then. I'm not finding anything except dirt. I brush my fingers along the clay bricks in hopes of finding a loose stone or secret compartment, but there's nothing like that. Nearby, Marina's doing the same thing. She's hitched up her dress so that it doesn't drag on the ground, and I force myself to look away rather than stare. Oh, Amber, you perv. She offers quite a view, though. Oh my god, what's happening? After a moment, Marina giggles. I'm not sure why. I haven't spoken at all, because I don't want our voices to echo in the cave and give us away. But silently searching gets tedious fast, so I decide to try whispering.
What's so funny?
I don't know. Everything, I guess? I was just thinking how weird this is. Like, it's just so random, you know?
Alright, Aristotle.
Who's that?
Never mind. But yeah, it is kinda crazy.
Deciding that the building I was scoring is a lost cause, I move on to the next one.
I know it's probably not a big deal for you since you do this stuff all the time, but this is honestly the most fun I've ever had, I think.
Destroying ancient Native American landmarks?
I'm being careful. Super careful. But just in general, being out here on the road. I thought maybe I was making a mistake when I left, but not anymore.
I'm glad.
And I am. I really am.
Guess it worked out well for both of us.
I can't see her from here, but I know she's smiling. Then she giggles again.
Oh, Amber, you're a big ol' softy after all, aren't you?
I'm not. I take it back. I should have left you on the side of the road.
Amber's a tsundere, guys. This time we both laugh. After that, we lapse back into near silence, just the sound of us crawling around or occasionally moving to another building to search. Soon, the happy atmosphere starts to dissolve as we start getting frustrated. Or at least I do. It takes maybe 20 minutes before we've looked over all the buildings. There aren't too many, and combing them over isn't too hard. But we don't find anything. Not even a clue or a hint that we're in the right spot. Sighing through my nose, I start double checking some of the larger homes. All the crawling and bending is starting to take a toll on me. When I straighten up, my back is sore, and sweat presses my hair to my forehead. We should have brought some bottles of water with us. I lean against the rock wall and massage my shoulders. Marina finishes up a building, then joins me. She's biting her lip, frowning a little.
Any luck?
Nope, nothing. You?
We both pause, silent.
So, that's it, right? Like we've checked all the buildings?
Can't be. We must have missed something. I'm going to try checking out the cave itself.
She just stands there, watches as I head over to the far side. I shine my flashlight up and down and up again, examining every inch of the rock. There's gotta be a crevice where the gold is stashed. Or some other hiding spot. There has to be. But none of the cracks are wide enough or deep enough or something like that. A few minutes later, and I pass by Marina, still in the same place. I check her face as I go. Her eyebrows are furrowed, and she looks worried. I keep hunting. Images of Mariah triumphantly holding up the gold spurs me on. Just the thought of her smug grin pisses me off. When I reach the other end of the cave, I double back and check it again and again. Finally, Marina pulls away from the wall. I hear it, but don't see it.
Amber, come on. There's no way.
Her voice is a knife in my heart. It hurts because I know she's right. I sigh and flick off my flashlight. Standing there, I look at the invisible ground and have to admit the truth to myself. It's not here. There's no treasure to be found in the Mummy Cave ruins. Either we got it wrong, or someone beat us to it. Whichever the answer, there's nowhere else in here that it could be. I make my way back to Marina slowly. I can feel stinging tears of frustration begin to well up in my eyes, which surprises me. I'm sure Mariah would be laughing at me if she was here right now. Abruptly, I stop walking towards her and spin around. I don't want Marina to see. There's a sound of crunching dirt as she walks over.
Amber?
Oh, she's crying. Oh my god. I'm kind of like Amber, you know. I don't like to cry in front of people. It makes me feel so vulnerable and awkward. So I always try to hide whenever I need to cry. There's a worry in her voice. I shake my head. I don't know if she can see. She lays her hand on my shoulder. The 2 tears manage to leak out of my eyes. I shake my head again.
Amber, it's okay.
No. I'm sorry. I screwed up. I was wrong.
Oh, baby, it's fine.
There's nothing here.
Oh.
I know there isn't. Seriously, that's okay.
I sob, not even knowing why. Damn it. Damn it. Get a grip, Amber. I wrench my eyes shut before the waterworks really starts. It burns, but I manage to hold back. Taking deep breaths, I get myself under control. I sink down to lean against the wall of the cave. Marina does the same. Our clothes are dusty from being on the ground so much. Also, this is such a cute picture. Marina pokes me in the side.
You okay?
I draw a rattly breath.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. I don't know what that was about. I just got super frustrated.
Yeah, I could tell.
Can it?
I flick her gently on the knee.
But, That was kind of embarrassing.
No, it's okay, really. I cry all the time at home. Don't worry.
It's just... it's like losing. Not finding the treasure, I mean. So I'm mad for wasting all our time on this. Aren't you?
No, why would I be?
Aww. She's so precious. Marina is just such a precious ball of sunshine. She sounds genuinely surprised.
Because now we're behind on the next one too. What if someone beats us to all the rest of them?
Now you sound like me.
Oh god, is there a cure?
Meanie. But really, I had fun, so I don't think it was a waste of time. Even if we're not, like, super rich now, I'm glad we came here.
Once again, I don't even have to look to know she's smiling. She's always smiling after all. It's one of the cuter things about her, and there are lots of those. But I'm afraid to look up and meet her eyes. Afraid because of what I've been Afraid because of what I've been starting to feel lately and how I've been thinking of her. It's stupid to get bothered by this now, I know. We've been together all day. But right now, when I'm already being over-emotional, I feel like it'd be a bad idea.
Amber?
And then, by reflex, I do it anyway. I look over, and I was right. My heart flutters a little, but the smile I was anticipating has been replaced by yet another look of concern.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it wasn't so bad.
She brightens up immediately.
For real?
Mm-hmm. I'm good now. Still, sorry for freaking out there for a sec.
It's okay. Don't feel bad.
Groaning, I stand up again. I'm definitely gonna be sore tomorrow.
We should get out of here, though. Longer we spend, the more likely we are to get caught.
It's been probably 45 minutes or so since we ditched the group tour. Hopefully they didn't get search and rescue out looking for us. I offer my hand to Marina, who's still sitting on the ground. She takes it, and I haul her to her feet. After dusting herself off, we both walk to the edge of the cave. It's impossible to see anything. Even the trail across the way is invisible from here.
Watch your step going down the hill.
Yeah, we don't want anyone to almost die again.
Oh shit. Damn, that was a good one. Going down the hill is easier than going up, though we still have to be careful. We make it to the bottom without incident. We don't risk the flashlights until we're back across the fence and on the trail. Now that we're not out of bounds, it doesn't matter if people see us.
Where do we go now?
I think about it for a moment. There's not much point in catching up with the tour again. Besides, it's probably ended by now. Still, if they did notice that we disappeared, then it could be bad for us to just leave the park. The last thing I want to see is our faces on missing person posters the next time we stop at a gas station. But they've got a 45-minute lid on us, and that will only grow if we were to try to find them.
We'll just go back to the parking lot and get out of here. If anyone asks, we can just say we left early.
Thank God. I was hoping you'd say that.
How come?
I'm so tired.
Oh, that's such a mood.
Same. My back's gonna hurt for a year.
At least you have the comfy bed.
Hey, you could always...
Oh, are you gonna tell her to come sleep with you on the bed?
Grab some more pillows from the closet if you need.
No, Amber, come on, Amber, man up. In this case, woman up. Come on.
There are more?
Oh yeah, Gramps liked to have a zillion pillows when he slept.
Oh.
She sounds let down. Whoops, maybe I shouldn't have made that connection there.
Don't worry, they weren't like his special pillows or anything.
Oh god, what is that
them.
supposed to mean?
All right.
Damn, she really starts to worry when I mention him. Guess there's good reason for that. But right now, though the thought is a familiar jab of sadness, I'm not about to break down. I'm doing okay for now. We're quiet the rest of the way down the trail though. Without having to stick to the slow pace of a guided tour, it's actually a quick walk. There aren't any other hikers out, which surprises me. It's dark, but not that late. As we reach the parking lot, it seems like we had the perfect timing. Or maybe perfectly awful. Spilling out of a trailhead on the other side is the tour group that we were briefly part of. I recognize the tour guide as well as...
Oh, there you girls are.
Oh shit. Linda. She came from my blind spot before we had time to hide. I don't even try to force a smile as I turn to face her. She strolls up to us. Dino's still asleep. Howard's nowhere to be seen though. Maybe he's in their car.
I was hoping to see y'all before you left.
Yeah, we were pretty tired, so we came back early.
Oh, I'll bet you are.
She winks at me like she's in on the joke. Problem is, I don't know what the joke's supposed to be.
What do you mean?
Don't think I didn't notice you two running off now. Figured you were, you know.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Linda! She laughs and shakes her head.
I think that's good, though. Reminds me of me and my Howard when we were younger. We used to sneak off every chance we got, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god. My face starts to turn red as I realize what she's thinking. Marina's probably tomato colored, though I don't turn to look.
We weren't... we're not.
No need to be embarrassed or anything like that. And besides, at least you won't get pregnant.
Oh my god! Help! She laughs heartily, the baby on her chest bouncing with emotion.
Sorry, though. I'm getting to be a bit too nosy for my own good. Y'all girls be safe out there. It was nice to get to know you.
She grabs my hand from my side and pumps it in a vigorous handshake, then does the same to Marina. Neither of us react, still dumbfounded. Then she heads off towards a sea of cars. More of a puddle now, since most have already left. I turn to Marina. As expected, her face is scarlet.
Wow.
Right? That poor baby. And that poor husband.
I didn't think people like that were real. Like, they only existed in books and movies and stuff.
This visual novel has been a trip for sure. Alright, back to lurking. It is quite a trip, definitely. And enjoy your lurking rage.
They say the desert does weird things to your head. Or maybe Wisconsin does.
I think Wisconsin does. I don't think it's a desert. I shrug and start walking back towards the RV. I'm glad that Marina doesn't push the topic of Linda's misconception. I unlock the door and let Marina in first. We're one of the last ones here. Before I pull the door shut, I take a final look around the Canyon de Shell, or what little of it I can see. It may have been a bust, but like Marina said, it wasn't a total waste of time. Inside the RV once again, I crash down into the driver's seat and kick my feet up on the dash. It's a relief to sit on something soft. Like a satellite, Marina hovers around me, expectant.
So that was a failure, obviously.
Do you think it might be in a different part of the canyon?
Maybe, but we're not gonna find out. We could spend days out here and not find anything. Most likely, someone else found it before us. Maybe even before this whole treasure hunt thing started.
She stares at the ground, then perks back up.
That's okay, though. All we can do is move on.
Reaching into the glove compartment, she brings out the journal and hands it to me.
Come on, show me why the human travel guide is the best.
I look at her for a moment, then, with a smile, gently take it from her.
Sure thing. But that's the first and only time you're ever gonna call me that, okay?
Okay.
I flipped through the journal and skimmed the pages. I skipped one of the entries last time because it looked like a jumbled puzzle. But if we're going to find the rest of the treasure, then we needed to tackle this head on. Bracing myself for the confusion, I find the entry and groan. I write to you today not from my dear Lamazi's winged landmark, but from a destination on an unforeseen detour. During my journey eastbound, I encountered a split within the dusted road. I have encountered many of these on my travels, but this one triggered the thought that maybe, perhaps, I have been too obvious with my hiding. Let us assume a jealous peer wanted to track me. Paranoia or not, if they so desired, they easily could. My steed's prints are set within the sand, and I have not disguised my livelihood. In fact, one may call this a trail. If one were to follow this trail, they may even happen upon my bounty. The likelihood of this is very slim. However, I've always considered myself to be a man who only takes calculated risks. Which is why I am shocked in that this thought has never crossed my mind before. Surely an intelligent, rugged, and worldly individual such as myself would have come to this conclusion by now. Or perhaps I am none of those things. This guy is very full of himself. I was just thinking that. Nonetheless, I marked the split and took the path I felt was less traveled. After I had covered enough distance, I found a satisfactory location. Acres of identical arched stones were spread across this area. The more I traveled, the more there were. On occasion, I had seen some, but never so close together nor so plentiful. Though I do worry one could narrow down the gold if they had the will. Alas, the remnants of my illness reappeared, forcing me to find a resting site. Eventually, I settled between two stones, unlike the archstone. I often feared they would fall or collapse on me, but their balance seemed steady, and they provided shade and scenery. So, once again, I am rested and determined. While this detour took precious time away from me, I very much feel it was worth the security it provides, even if it was unnecessary. P.S. This morning I looked in my pouch. It would appear as if I have enough gold for one last burial. Lamazi's landmark seems more than proper for this.
Oh no.
Oh no? Does that mean you don't know where it's at?
The opposite. I know exactly where it's at.
Oh, where is it?
Then what's the problem?
I lean back in the chair and look at the ceiling.
It's in Arches National Park.
Oh.
Cool, then let's go.
I ignore her and keep looking at the ceiling.
Arches has over 2,000 natural stone arches. The miner said he hid it between two stones.
Oh shit. She blinks. I sigh.
An arch is a rock formation that curves in the air. Think of it as an upside-down U.
Finally, she gets the message. Her face morphs into a blank canvas as she stares out a windshield.
Oh no.
Yeah. If we want to find this thing, then we need to look between every single arch and arches.
After a moment of petrified silence, Marina takes back the journal and returns it to its proper place in the glove compartment. With a shaky smile, Marina looks back at me and tries blowing it off.
Arches National Park, huh? It's somewhere in Moab, right? You ever been?
With a shaky grin of my own, I respond, totally ignoring the impossible feat ahead of us.
Yeah, I went to Moab a long time ago. Arches is really famous. Like, world famous.
We're both sweating, staring at the long road ahead of us as we try our best to make casual conversation. It's like a game of chicken. Who's going to break first?
I've always wanted to go.
Where have you vacationed to before?
Honestly, nowhere. Not out of the state, at least.
For real? Not even to visit family?
Nuh-uh. My grandparents live in New Mexico, too. I think only my big brother has been outside of the state.
You got any other siblings? Or is it just you two?
She shakes her head.
There's 9 of us. I've got 2 younger brothers, 3 older brothers, an older sister, and 2 little sisters.
Wow, that's one big family. I whistle.
Damn, that's a big-ass Christmas card.
Ember's so funny.
Right? At some point it's just like, aren't you ever gonna stop? I'm almost out of fingers to count on.
Chuckling, I stand up and walk to the back. Marina follows behind me.
What about you? Do you have any siblings?
Nah, just me. Otherwise, they'd probably be riding around this old thing with us.
As I say that, I collapse down onto my bed, sprawling out. Sitting up front felt good, but this is heavenly. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Empery. I've been drinking water. Actually, my water bottle is almost at the end. But thank you. The bed sinks a little as she takes a seat on its edge.
Can't really imagine having a single brother or sister. Definitely not 8 of them.
Gotta drink up to be reading them, Yuri. Oh, definitely. Gotta stay hydrated for Yuri.
But I guess they don't all live at home.
Actually,
You're kidding.
only one of my brothers has moved out. It's the worst. Like, you have to make a reservation to take a shower.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I don't know what that's like. I grew up as an only child myself. Like, I had no sisters or brothers till I got to be 18. My sisters and my brother were all born when I was already, well, pretty much an adult. Which is really weird. Like, I'm way older than all of my siblings. So I don't know what it's like to, have to fight for a spot in the bathroom to take a shower or use the toilet. I never had that issue.
No wonder you ran away.
Pretty much. As soon as I finished school, I was just like, okay, time to get out of here.
How long ago was that?
Just a couple months. 2-ish.
What'd you major in?
Huh?
Like, what'd you get your degree in?
Oh, not college. High school. I just finished high school.
Huh.
Why is that such a shock to you, Amber? Using my elbows, I prop myself up.
What?
How old are you?
Oh shit. Okay, I get it. Now I get it. Oh, putting her hands on her hips. Marina puffs out her cheeks and looks offended.
I'll have you know, it's very rude to ask a lady her age.
She deflates.
But I'm 18. Why?
Oh my god, child, you're so young.
Oh, thank God.
I let myself fall back again. You thought she was a minor, Ember. Yes, that would have been troublesome.
I was afraid you were gonna be underage and that I'd get arrested for kidnapping or something.
Mm-hmm.
No way! And besides, I told you my parents were fine with it. Well, accepted it. What about you? How old are you?
Just a year older.
Wait, you're only 19?
Now it's her turn to be shocked.
How old did you think I was?
Marina busts up laughing. I'm actually a little bit embarrassed. I look away, blowing my hair away from my face.
Just kidding, just kidding. I figured you were like my age or a bit older. 2 years at the most.
I don't look at her, staring at the wall.
Oh, come on, don't be mad. I was just playing.
All of a sudden, she sounds seriously regretful. I want to mess with her, but the puppy dog look she gives me over her shoulder is too hard to resist.
Sorry, what? My hearing must be getting bad at my old age.
Oh my god, I love Amber. She throws a pillow at me from the bed beside her, and I deflect it with my arm.
Good save, Granny.
Now she leans back too, staring up at the ceiling. Her hair spreads across my leg. I don't move it. Then I realize that all the worry and nervousness we had about Arches is gone. Somewhere along the line, we just forgot about it. I don't know when we reached the point in our relationship where we can be comfortable being this close to each other, but I'm glad that we have. Maybe, just maybe, I'm enjoying the closeness a little too much. It's been a long time since I've dated someone. Cramp's health made having a girlfriend impossible. There wasn't time for anyone else. Hell, I hardly had time for myself. Not that I cared. I'd do it all over again. Still, it's nice. Having someone to talk to, so it's just not me and my thoughts. Just as I'm about to settle into the mood, she sits up and stretches.
Oh, I'm pretty sleepy. Are you going to bed soon?
Nah, I took a nap earlier, so I'm good. It's only a few hours to Moab, so I'll drive us there tonight.
Moab, huh?
Well, yeah. Something wrong?
No, I was just kind of wondering.
She trails off.
Wondering...
How far away is the Grand Canyon?
Oh, she really wants to go visit the Grand Canyon. Isn't she precious, Chad?
From here? I don't know, 3 or 4 hours? But it's in the total opposite direction that we're going.
Oh, okay.
The crestfallen look on her face should be illegal.
Sorry, I should have looked at the map before I asked.
Smiling, she turns and heads for bed. Disappointment clinging to her like perfume.
Night, Amber.
Leaning against my pillows, I watch as she slowly trots off to the bag. Come on now, I'm not that heartless.
Wait a sec.
She freezes mid-step.
I guess since I was gonna drive all night anyway, we can make a detour. A pretty big detour, too. So don't blame me if all the treasure is gone by the time we're done.
Oh my god, are we gonna go to the Grand Canyon? Amber! Oh my god. She turns around, hope springing in her face now.
But I guess it's like a requirement that you see the Grand Canyon when you're sightseeing in Arizona, so that's what we'll do. You've got a lot of vacations to make up for.
Aww. All of the tiredness and disappointment vanishes in an instant. Like a bird taking flight, she hurries back over to where I'm just standing up. A trademark Marina crash tackle hug knocks me onto my butt and bed again. I pat her on the back a couple of times before she rises.
Have I ever told you you're the best?
Oh.
Probably, but don't you forget it.
I couldn't if I tried.
Goof.
I poke her in the belly as I make my way up to the front again.
Grab me an energy drink from the fridge, will ya?
Hell yeah, let's go. When she sits down in the passenger seat, she has 2 cans of the energy drink.
Thought you were going to bed.
No way! I'm too excited now. I'll keep you company on the drive. Plus, it's only
Aw.
like 8 o'clock, isn't it?
Beats me. Sounds right.
I pop open the tab on my drink and take a long draught. It tastes awful, but it wakes me up like nothing else. I guess the makers cut out sweeteners and nice flavors for more stimulants. To drink it faster, I hold my breath to hide the taste and chug. Oh, that must be really disgusting. Gasping, I crumble the empty can and toss it into the trash bag. Marina, on the other hand, sips it daintily, wincing each time.
Ugh, people seriously drink this stuff?
They do.
Somehow. It works, though. It's pretty much the strongest stuff you can get without a prescription.
After taking another sip, Marina relishes and sticks her tongue out. She reminds me of a cat with fur stuck on its tongue. Oh, that's so cute. She sets the can in the cup holder beside me.
Do you want mine? I can't drink this.
Oh my god.
I'd have a heart attack if I drank too. Just leave it and I'll drink it tomorrow.
Because the only way to improve an awful energy drink is to let it get warm and flat. As I start the RV, Marina says something, but it's soft enough that I can't hear her over the engine revving.
What was that? Old lady hearing failing on me again.
Smiling, she shakes her
I
head.
was just saying thanks again.
Aww.
Don't thank me yet. I could fall asleep at the wheel and kill us both.
At least I die happy. No, though, not just that. For taking me with you and doing the treasure hunt and everything.
You must be super tired. You're saying all sorts of weird stuff now.
I mean it. I know it's kind of random. I'm just really happy I met you.
After a moment of blushing, I laugh a little under my breath.
Yeah, me too.
I prevent any more cheesy conversation by carefully pulling out to the parking lot and back onto the exit road. I'm definitely glad that Marina's enjoying herself. I'm having fun too. But talking about that sort of thing, it makes me feel all squirmy inside. Like, I don't match up to what Marina thinks of me. Pushing those thoughts out of my head, I focus on the road. We have to keep our eyes peeled for animals out here. There are lots of stray dogs in this part of the state, and dozens of deer and antelope just waiting to race cars. And roads devoid of other vehicles, though. And since I know the exits to take, more or less, we should make pretty good time. Once we get back onto the highway, Marina hoists the bucket of tape onto her lap.
What do you want to listen to?
I glance between the road and the bin, scanning both. I settle on an album that I haven't had the heart to listen to in a while, but it feels like tonight is the right time. I fish out the tape and slide it into the player. As the first chords start up, I watch Marina's face for a reaction. It won't have the same sentimental value to her, I know, but it's an emotional album in general. Lots of dynamics to the music and simple but heartfelt songwriting. Gramps used to try to play along, but said he couldn't quite capture the feeling himself. As I'd hoped, Marina's quiet, which means that she's listening. Her cheek is pressed against the window again. Moonyu, hi, how are you, sweetheart? Her reflection, barely visible, looks wistful. Good. For the second time today, a growing pressure starts in my eyes. I paw at them, and the motion catches Marina's attention.
You sure you're not too tired?
I'm going to bed soon. Just dropping by to say hi. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. You have a wonderful night. Sweet dreams when you take care. Sorry, chat. Just texting my girlfriend.
Oh yeah, eyes are just a little itchy.
Damn it. My voice shakes as I speak. But if she notices, she doesn't say anything. This album was another one of Gramps' favorites, and there's a reason I haven't listened to it since he passed. Turning it on might have been a mistake. We may yet go off the road if I end up crying. Or I might just die of embarrassment. I sniffle a couple of times to keep myself under control.
Damn allergies.
I know, this reminds me of someone. I don't even know if she hears me. I'm kind of tempted to turn it off and play something else, but I want Marina to hear it. It won't mean anything special to her, I'm sure. I want to see what she thinks. To see if maybe Gramps and I were crazy, or if it were more than the music and the man playing it. How's the story? Hi, baby. Oh my god, I miss you so much. How are you? The story's pretty good. It's very good so far. Babe, they're so much like us. It's crazy. You're so much like Marina. You have to play this, babe. I think you're gonna love this. He was a guitarist and songwriter who just went by the name of June. Died a few years ago. Fighting back the nostalgia and the bubbling feelings of how much I miss Gramps is hard. I'm able to hold on though and keep from breaking down. Yes, oh my god, she reminds me so much of you, babe. Like the way she acts, you're so much alike. 45 minutes later, when the tape ends, Marina hits the play button again to start it over. I'd say it was worth it. I let it play on for hours, long after Marina's fallen asleep beside me. My everything aches. It takes me a long, lazy minute to remember why I'm sitting up, forehead plastered to the steering wheel, rather than in my bed. I drove all through the night to get us to the Grand Canyon, arriving at the South Rim right around the time that I couldn't keep my eyes open any longer. And oh my god, this is such a lesbian thing to do, Chad. Honestly, driving all night to take your girl somewhere or to see a girl you're in love with. That's the most lesbian thing ever, okay? We're in a campsite apparently, but I don't remember anything past reaching the park's edge and paying the entry fee. I probably shouldn't have been driving, but we made it here all right. A sour taste pervades my mouth, courtesy of the empty energy drink at my side. I groan as I clamber up and head to go brush my teeth. When I exit the bathroom, Marina's waiting at the front, all dressed and ready to go.
Good morning!
Morning.
I'm still too sleepy to match her enthusiasm. Undeterred, she comes forward and presses a mug into my hand.
I made you some coffee. But it was a couple of hours ago, so it's kind of cold now.
Thanks.
Oh. It's also brewed too weak, but I don't tell her that. I drain my cup in seconds and then pour myself another. That's also finished in a few long gulps.
You really like coffee, huh?
Okay, I'm kind of like Amber, okay? I have to admit that I have a few things in common with Amber, and this is one of them.
I guess. I think I'm just addicted.
Yep, that's me. That's me.
You don't even put any cream or sugar in it, right?
Okay, that's definitely me. This is me. This is me, chat. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
Nope. I always drink it black.
She wrinkles her nose in disgust.
I can't stand the taste.
Oh.
I noticed. Have you gone and looked around yet?
There are dozens, if not hundreds of people miling around, and that's just what I can see from here. Most likely treasure hunters.
Look around. Without you?
Oh.
Yeah. It's what? Noon?
Almost, but I didn't want to leave without you.
That's sweet of her.
What if I got lost? You're like my map.
Maybe not.
Besides, it's boring to go look around by myself.
You think? I used to do it lots before we met up. It was nice to be alone and think.
Her face falls. Seconds later, I realize my mistake and mentally kick myself.
Not to say I don't like having you around. I just meant it's not so bad being on your own for a little bit.
She ponders for a moment.
Well, I don't like being alone.
A small frown makes me think she's upset, but then it melts away and is replaced with her trademark smile. Something about how the sunlight frames her face right then makes my heart skip a bit. I want to admire her for longer, but I think my face gives it away. Soon she shifts, asking with her eyes.
Something wrong?
I shake my head to clear it.
Nah, sorry. Just zoned out for a second. Let me finish this coffee, and then we can go.
Okay. I don't know how you can be up and at 'em just like that. Usually it takes me hours to wake up.
I know. I do a lot of waiting for you.
Marina stomps over to play hit me on the shoulder.
Meanie, I do my best for you.
Yeah. There aren't enough hours in the day for you to sleep as much as you want.
What? Are you saying I don't need my beauty sleep?
You feel babe, I told you she's just like you. I'm not joking, babe. It's crazy. She's just kidding, but I freeze. She is joking, right?
Amber?
The jaunty tone in her voice is gone.
Yeah.
I croak out a response.
Zone out again?
Something like that.
Even I'm surprised by how off guard that caught me. It was just a simple joke, but it was a little too relevant. Seconds after thinking of how pretty she looked. Looks. I need to stop being so weird sometimes, or that'll scare her off more than her finding out that I might, just maybe, could possibly have a crush on her.
Maybe you just need more coffee.
Definitely, she needs more coffee.
Probably.
Her grin gets huge.
You need as much coffee as I do sleep.
Babe, it's us. Okay? This is us. I'm sorry.
See? We're even.
I laugh as I pour myself a third cup, tilting the pot to get the dregs.
Maybe you're right.
She prances back to the front door, nose held in the air like she's won some great victory. I catch her peeking back to see if I'm watching, so I make a big show of rolling my eyes. She sticks her tongue out in return. When I set my cup down in the sink, Marina throws the door open and waits for me to step out. This is so wise. I know, right? I know. For having been mostly asleep and in the dark, it looks like I did an okay job parking. By which I mean that we're actually in one of the designated camping space. That's more than I can say for a lot of the others here. Tents cover nearly every patch of land that doesn't have an RV on it. Some even come right up against the road itself, causing the few cars that pass by to have to hug the hedge. Just like back in Shiprock, this is a fiasco. Squads of little kids rampage around, squirting each other and everyone else with water guns and just being in the way. One little brat runs up to us and holds up his squirt gun like he's going to shoot me, but the death glare that I give him sends him running back in the other direction.
Not a fan of kids?
Not the rotten ones.
Fuck, I'm also Ember. What is this? What is this? I'm Ember. Marina, on the other hand, waves at the retreating boy and giggles as the weak bursts of water hits her.
I don't know how you can stand it.
They're just kids. Besides, I'm pretty used to it.
I mean, she has like 9 siblings or something, so yeah.
Big family, right?
Yep.
We start to walk in the direction of the canyon itself, pausing sometimes to let cars or tour groups pass us by.
This is such a mess. Wonder how many of them are treasure hunters.
Well, it's the Grand Canyon, so a lot of people are probably just regular tourists, right?
Yeah, probably. I feel bad for them. And all the other people who just want to enjoy these parks.
You really hate people, huh?
Yep, I do hate people. I do hate people.
What? Where'd that come from?
I don't know. You're just always complaining about there being too many people around.
Oh god, this is okay. Yeah, I am Amber. I'm sorry. This is so me. Do I really complain that much? Thinking about it, I guess I do.
I don't hate people. I just don't like when it's all chaotic like this.
So you don't like crowds then?
That's closer, yeah.
Kinda weird that you're so hyped for this music thing then, don't you think? Isn't that gonna be the biggest crowd yet?
Okay, but hear me out. If it's like a music festival, I am okay and it doesn't bother me. Also, my job, I also have to work with a lot of people at the same time, with like crowds. And I can do it. It's just in like very specific situations. I feel like mostly social situations. It's when when I can handle big groups of people. In other situations, I'm fine with them.
Sure, but that's different.
Here we go. See?
Why?
I don't know. Just is.
Why?
What are you, 5? No wonder you get along with kids so well.
We both laugh.
But I guess it's just because everyone is there for the same thing. You have something in common with them.
Isn't everyone here for the same thing?
Yeah, but...
I struggle to find an explanation. But she laughs it off and shrugs.
I'm just kidding anyway. You can't be the only one who teases. You don't like big crowds, and that's fine.
What about you?
I think it's fun. And besides, you get to meet all sorts of cool people. Who knows? Maybe you'll meet a special someone or a long-lost relative or something.
Special someone, huh?
Maybe. Would be pretty unlikely, though.
Probably. But it's still fun to think about. And speaking of odds, Amber...
Marina points at another cluster of motorhomes down the road. Oh, it's probably Mariah. I follow her gaze, immediately understanding. Taking up 2 spaces because of size and bad parking is a familiar titan of an RV.
God, no.
Yep, it's Mariah. But Marina's already heading towards it. My nemesis. Mariah's motorhome. The door flies open seconds before Marina reaches it. Out strolls Joseph, Tess close behind.
You call that a break? You've had boyfriends that last longer.
Sis has never had a boyfriend.
My point exactly.
What you're moaning? You two just need more work ether.
You mean ethics, but you've probably never heard the word.
Mariah appears in the doorway, leaning on a shovel. I can see her about to retort, but then she spots either me or Marina, and her glare is replaced with a smug grin.
Well. Look who finally caught up.
Hey, guys!
Oh, hey there, ladies.
I sigh and speed up my glacial pace. May as well get this over with. Mariah picks up a crate of tools from beside her and carries them out, before shoving the crate into Joseph's hands. His knees buckle at the weight, and he sets it on the ground.
Did you follow our dust all the way here?
I wish we'd seen it so we could have stayed away.
Maybe you should go now and get a head start on the next piece before we find the one here.
She clutches her shovel like a sword and points it at me.
Unless you're gonna fight us for this one too.
I raise my hands in surrender.
We already had one bust at Canyon Duché. This one's all yours to screw up.
The shovel drops a couple inches, either as a response or because her arm's getting sore.
Canyon Duché? But there's only one Grand Canyon.
There's more than one canyon in the world, Mayor.
Figured it was there at the Mummy Cave ruins, but we didn't find anything. So if you want to search all 2,000 miles of the Grand Canyon, then good luck.
Damn it!
Mariah throws down her hands and the tool bag slips from her, plummeting onto Joseph's foot. Hard. The crates in his hands are the next to fall, this time on the other foot. Oh my god, poor Joseph. The boxes burst open, flooding the ground with heavy hammers and wrenches. A gasp escapes his mouth, then silence.
Are you gonna get drunk and cry yourself to sleep again, sis?
I love this kid. Tess is the best. Somehow, through pained grunts, Joseph managed to speak.
The limit is once per week.
Mariah's eyes twitch. In one smooth motion, she whirls around and clunks her companions' heads, huffs and crosses her arms. Joseph reacts like any normal human being and rubs his head to soothe his never-ending pain. Tess hardly acknowledges, wobbling back and forth like a human blob head. I don't think I'll ever get over how creepy this girl is. She clonks Joseph again for good measure. Marina and I both wince. I imagine this is how it was for Howard when he first met Linda.
At least we'd get to see the canyon that way.
Jesus!
From out of nowhere, Tess pops up at my side.
Tess has been wanting to go out and see the sights, but Mariah's too busy breaking her back for that.
Big sisters are bossy, huh?
Tess nods, which prompts Marina to stomp down and hug her apathic kindred spirit.
You're not alone!
One second, Sad. Just one second. I just need to text my girlfriend real quick. Sorry. Marina looks up at me, eyes big.
Can we keep her? She's so cute!
Girl, first you want to adopt puppies, now you want to adopt an autistic child? Don't do this, please.
That's property theft!
Sorry, only one stray at a time.
Oh my god.
Aww.
Marina releases Tess and reaches out her hand as they float apart.
Anyway, let's get going. If they're gonna waste all day here, we can at least leave them to it.
But Mariah waves her shovel in Joseph's face.
Pick up our crap. We gotta rethink our strategy.
Crap?
Yes. This crap.
She taps the crate that she forced on him just minutes ago. Joseph covers Tess' ears, then mutters something that I can't make out.
Wait, I idea.
4 pairs of eyes turn to look at her.
Me and Amber were about to go sightseeing. Why don't you guys come with us?
That's a terrible idea.
Hey, we agree on something.
But Tess' eyes sparkle with determination, nodding as she reaches up to tug on Mariah's suit.
That's 1 vote yes.
She turns to me, pleading look in her eyes, hoping to make it 2 yes votes.
I think that sounds like a good time, too. It'd be a nice break.
I forbid it. You've already had a break. We have too much to focus on. Getting distracted by dusty old rocks is the last thing we need.
You always say that, but look at her!
He points to Tess, her face shining with interest since the word
When did she
sightseeing.
last show interest in something? Hell, has she ever shown interest in something?
We're still not going.
An irritable groan rumbles through Joseph's throat, but he still looks as casual and relaxed as he usually does.
Look, we're not always going to do what you want just because you say so. We're going, and if we have to, we'll force you to come along.
Marina laughs awkwardly.
It's fine, it's fine. You guys don't have to come if you don't want to.
But it's too late for that. Mariah lets out a single, disingenuous "huh" and marches to Joseph.
You're gonna force me to go, huh?
That's right.
She stares him down, or up to be accurate. The top of her head only reaches up to his chin. Regardless, she gives him a nasty grin and repeatedly pokes his chest for daring to defy her. This doesn't seem to faze him though, as his lips curled into an ominous smile.
How exactly do you plan to do that?
Vast and majestic, the canyon dominates the horizon as far as my eyes can see. Calico rocks are given a murky tint by the dying sunlight. It's a breathtaking view. I just stare out over the abyss, watching as the sun slowly climbs down the sky.
What are you even looking at?
She said it flatly, not like a question. Mariah's been this way for hours now, since Joseph practically dragged her out of the RV. While the other three have amused themselves with disposable cameras and curiosity, Mariah's tailed me like a mangy dog. She won't let me forget about her relentless apathy, punctuating it with frequent sighs.
I'm looking at the cliffs, and considering sending you to get a closer look at the bottom.
Oh my god. Damn, girl.
This is your fault, you know.
What is?
That we're here? Or at least that I'm here.
Hey, I didn't want you along either. That was all Marina.
Just tell that airhead no sometime. Guessing you've never turned down a request of hers in your life.
I shoot her a dirty look at the word airhead. Mariah rolls her eyes. She doesn't care one bit.
She wanted to play with Tess. Someone has to.
Oh,
Jill
what's
does it all the
happening here?
time.
Her ability to miss the point is actually kind of impressive.
Besides, you should see the look I get if I try to stop her from something. Maybe I can't say no.
Be more like me. Mental fortitude and training.
It's almost breaking down when someone threatens to take away the key to your liquor cabinet, part of that mental fortitude and training.
She clicks her tongue in annoyance and grumbles.
I could have still said no. I was just doing it for Tess.
I turn my attention over to impromptu photo shoot again. Both the girls climb on the rocks and lean against the railings to take pictures. Joseph trails close behind, probably to make sure nobody slips. Sometimes he's pulled in for a picture too. Marina's taken picture of just about everything. The sky, the ground, a pouting Mariah. As a photographer, she's not very picky. Tess, on the other hand, seems to have an actual knack for it. She's taken pictures of scenic valleys and close-up of beautiful desert flowers in full bloom, usually with Joseph as the model. She even managed to get close enough to take one of an eagle perched on a rock. Not hard when you're practically invisible, though.
I don't even know why she's so interested in this stuff.
What? The wonder and majesty of naturally formed geographic wonders?
That's a fancy way of saying overgrown rocks.
Who cares? Shouldn't you be glad that she is?
Why? I'd prefer if she cared about something that matters.
Like what?
Like getting rich?
Exactly. It's Americana this, sightseeing that. What the hell even is Americana? Don't mess with Texas shirts and old rocking chairs that some hicks farted on.
Do you ever listen to yourself talk? Just be happy she's interested in culture and expanding her horizons.
Culture? Our favorite foods are bastardized versions of foreign cuisine. Culture's a sham. When I was her age, I was interested in things that actually mattered. Like treasure.
Years later, and nothing's changed.
Since the other girls are taking a break, Joseph has joined
I
us.
want to take some pictures with you.
Mariah starts to protest, but Joseph cuts her off.
Your sister wanted me to ask.
Her mouth shuts, and she rolls her eyes yet again.
Fine.
She stalks over to where they are, kicking up clouds of dust with every step.
Sorry if she's causing you trouble. She can be a bit of a handful. I know it's hard to believe, but there's a good heart in there. Somewhere.
She'd probably sell it for $1 if she could.
Joseph laughs heartily.
You might be right. That's just how she is, I guess. Been that way since we were kids.
It's hard to imagine that someone could not only know Mariah as a child, but want to maintain a friendship with her for the rest of their lives. Come to think of it, Joseph's a bit of an odd case compared to the other two. Odd just because he's so normal.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Do you care about the treasure?
He scratches the stubble on his shin and thinks about it.
Like, you have a good head on your shoulders. Why do you let her drag you around?
Well, it's not that I don't care about the treasure. Being rich doesn't sound like a bad gig at all. But I wouldn't say I have a good head on my shoulders either. If it came down to treasure hunting or kicking back on a couch all day, I'd pick the couch.
Figures.
His own broad smile returns. I didn't even notice it disappear.
But as for them, one of them needs someone to look out for her, and the other is 10.
Now we both laugh.
If she's the one who gets me off the couch, I'm the one who gets her to sit down sometimes.
Oh, that's adorable. And that's amazing. When you find someone that compliments you like that, it's amazing.
Even back in school, she was always picking fights. Didn't matter if it was another kid or a teacher. Got her ass kicked a couple times. If she were all on her own, she'd tear apart the whole Southwest. That make sense?
I look over at where the three of them are still taking pictures. Tess is standing on a rock so that she's at the same level as the others. Right now, two of her fingers hold Mariah's mouth into the shape of a smile. On Mariah's other side, Marina holds the camera out and takes their picture. Then Tess takes one, though Marina keeps her hand out of Mariah's mouth.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Plus, someone's got to make sure Tess doesn't starve.
Catching us watching, Marina waves vigorously. She nearly knocks Mariah's lights out while she does. I wave back. Tess says something that gets Marina's attention, and after a second, Marina hurries over. I wince as I watch her clumsily climb over the rocks, scared that she's gonna slip and hurt herself. But she arrives unarmed.
Tess wanted me to ask if you'd go be in the pictures too, Joe. She says she wants all three of you.
Looks like that's my cue.
With nothing more to say, he drifts over to the others and exchanges spots with Marina. Tess passes at him the camera and he holds it up to his eye.
Why are you using this cheap thing anyway? The camera on Mariah's phone is way better.
He takes the camera from Tess and dangles it from his fingers. observing it like an ancient, long-buried artifact.
The memory is full from all her journal entries.
Journal?
Oh?
It's more like angsty poetry.
Mariah turns toward me, panic and fury in her eyes, but she's too slow.
How did that one go again? Oh yeah. Rivers of amber pour from my bottle like tears, forever sweeping El Dorado beyond my grasp.
I love Joseph. Mariah slouches.
I hate you both.
Oh.
Aw, but we love you, Mariah.
Tess clings to her sister's waist like a magnet, showing her affection. It goes ignored.
Now squeeze in. I'm not sure how we're all gonna fit.
We watch for a moment before I tap Marina on the shoulder. That should keep them busy for a while.
Quick, while they're distracted.
What?
I grab Marina's hand and dash off, dragging her behind me. Her feet have trouble keeping up, but I don't slow down. I don't look back.
Just keep running.
Amber, where are we going?
We wander around for a while until we find another viewpoint that's empty of other people. I'm guessing that a lot of the treasure hunters are out looking now, since the impressive heat isn't as bad. I lean against the rail, my head propped up in my arms. The cool metal feels nice against my skin. Marina does the same. She sighs wistfully.
So pretty.
Which part?
Oh?
All of it, especially the sunset.
Nearly all the sunlight has been swallowed by the canyon's colossal darkness. Shadows cast by the stones mute the gorgeous colors as the sun melts into the tip of the canyon. It's barren and desolate, but Marina's right. It's pretty.
Oh, let's take a picture before it gets too dark. You're not getting out of this one. You haven't been in any of the pictures today.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
Scooch in.
Like, together?
Duh, of course.
Duh.
She slides towards me and I squirm away on instinct.
What's wrong?
Immediately before I can answer, she grins slyly.
Wait a second. You're camera shy, aren't you?
Yeah, that's very relatable.
I'm not.
I retort a little too quickly.
Oh?
Clearly, she doesn't believe me.
It's not that I'm afraid of them or anything. I just don't like having my picture taken.
Oh.
How come?
I shrug.
Just don't.
Well, you'll have to deal with it this time.
She zips over and before I can react, has pressed her cheek to mine. The shutter clicks and I'm momentarily stunned by the flash. Before I can protest or enjoy the closeness, she's already pulled away and is checking the results.
It's cute, look!
She shoves the camera into my face, but it's so close and the screen is so small that I can't actually see the picture. I just nod.
Can't wait to get these developed.
Turning to me, Marina pauses.
How do you get photos developed anyway?
Oh my god.
We'll have to take them to the store and have them do it. Most big supermarkets can.
Okay, first thing tomorrow then.
Sure.
Like a hummingbird, Marina darts forward and gives me a tight hug.
Thanks for coming out here. It's been so amazing. I hope it was worth it.
I look down at her, pressed against me.
Yeah, it was.
Marina pulls away, to my great disappointment. She opens her mouth like she's going to say something, but then seems to change her mind.
What?
What?
You were about to say something? What was it?
Oh, never mind.
Hey, you can't do that. Now I really want to know.
She giggles, but it's distracted sounding.
Okay, fine. I was just gonna ask, Why is it that you hate Mariah and her group so much?
Where'd that come from?
Marina turns away and stares out over the canyon again. It's getting pretty dark. She's quiet for a moment before she talks.
I don't know. You just complain about them a lot.
I don't hate them, dummy. Joe and Tess are fine. It's just Mariah that I have a problem with.
How come?
She's a bitch. Loud and rude and obnoxious. Ugh, I really hate people like that. She thinks she is always right, too.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Oh shit. The roast.
Don't give me that. We're nothing alike.
Marina laughs.
Yeah.
Half a minute passes in silence.
You're way cuter than she is.
Oh my god, Chad. She complimented us. Time stops, and so does my heart. Everything feels like it's frozen. I look over at Marina, but she's looking at the canyon, not me. Still just a couple inches away. I gulp, swallowing the lump forming in my throat.
You said that before, I think. You're cuter.
Oh my god, this is adorable.
Oh, hush. I'm trying to compliment you.
I fall silent for a moment, not sure of how to respond.
You know, back when we first met, I meant what I said about you being cute, too.
Oh my god, what's happening? She giggles again.
I'd forgotten about that.
As if on cue, a light breeze starts up, causing her hair to billow out like a cloud. Her side tail, hastily bound, looks as if it might come undone. Finally, she turns to look at me, her eyes wide and lips glistening. My palms are dry and my knees tremble. Gulping yet again, I cross the short distance between us in a half step, leaning in and...
There you are!
Oh, Mariah, can you fuck off? Why? Someone's about to die. Mariah's shrill voice cuts through the moment, rapturing my eardrums and patience. I pull away, and Marina has already turned around to face them. The trio appears like specters out of the darkness.
Left us behind!
We tried to, at least.
You were the ones who dragged us out here. I at least expect you to stick around.
Cowed into submission, Marina's shoulders fall.
Back off. I wanted to go see the sunset without you sighing about it.
Whatever. It was a waste of time either way. Come on, we're going back.
Mariah lopes off down the path at a brisk pace. Marina and Tess are back to photographing anything and everything, though the low light means that the pictures won't show up. Joseph and I trail behind at the end of the party.
How was the sunset?
Sighing, I pull ahead. Right now, even Joseph seems like a little too much.
It was okay.
The campsite has cleared up a lot since we set out this morning. It's still pretty full, but at least it's not claustrophobic anymore. A few campfires illuminate people that are left behind. Plus, the smoke keeps the bugs away. All 5 of us huddle outside my RV. The goodbyes are taking a while since Marina has to hug everyone at least twice. Then she says something to reignite the conversation and the whole process starts over. Finally, I grab the door handle to signal that we're about done. Marina automatically begins the final round of hugs.
So, what's next for you guys?
Maybe not.
Back to poring over the journal to see what we can find. Once we locate it, it's straight off to wherever.
Joseph heaves a heavy sigh.
No rest for the weary.
You don't get weary, Slacker. You get motivated.
Oh, you should put that on a shirt.
Would you buy one?
Nobody would.
I love Tess is my favorite.
Then no.
All of us, even Mariah, laughs a little. Finally, Joseph puts his arm around Tess and starts to lead them away.
We'll get out of your hair for the night.
Starting down the path, they walk towards their motorhome.
Wait a sec.
They freeze. Marina looks at me too, curious.
Next piece is almost definitely at Arches. In Utah.
Wait. Oh my god, Amber. I hear Marina gasp, though I don't see it. Joseph and Tess both look to Mariah, their profiles barely visible from the flickering campfires in the distance. Mariah nods stiffly.
Thanks.
It's probably the first time she's ever said that word. With a wave of her hand, she turns and they finally leave. Marina and I both watch until they vanish out of sight. Then Marina squeals.
I'm so proud of you, Amber! And shocked! That was super nice of you.
Wasn't much. This one's pretty easy to figure out when you take the time. I'd probably save them half an hour at best.
Still, it's the thought that counts. Why'd you do it, though?
Someone's gotta take care of them after all.
I look away, pretending to scratch an itch on my cheek.
They're not that bad.
We ended up spending the night in the department store parking lot. There were plenty of rest stops, but those are off the table. Permanently. Like usual, I woke up pretty early and got us on the road again. Even after waking up briefly, Marina passed back out until we were already in Moab. Moab's the quintessential outdoorsy town. It's built alongside the Colorado River, winding through a canyon. Every other store sells rafting supplies or hiking gear or camping equipment. Even some of the houses are made to look like log cabins and other rustic architecture. You can see tall forested mountains from any part of town, but it's not entirely out of the desert either. It's the time of morning where most people are on their way to work. There's a disgustingly large amount of traffic. It's obvious why. Shovels and pickaxes stick out of truck beds and cracked windows like porcupine quills. At a glance, I'd say 3/4 of the people contributing to our glacial pace are prospectors, which means I don't have any room to complain. After watching the next light change 3 times but still not reaching myself, I sigh and pull into a nearby diner. At first I was just planning to grab some coffee and a bagel and something for when Marina wakes up. But with her trademark perfect timing, I hear her climbing out of bed right as I turn off the RV.
We there? Is this Arches?
She stumbles up to the front, still looking mostly asleep. I don't know how she can still be tired. She must have gotten 10 hours.
Close. We're in Moab. Arches is still a few miles up the road.
Oh. Why'd we stop?
'Cause I'm hungry, and traffic's practically stalled. It could be lunchtime before we get there.
You were just gonna eat without me?
Even through her grogginess, she sounds shocked and offended.
I was gonna grab you something to go, but I will eat without you if you don't get ready fast.
Meanie.
Yeah. Complain about me once you're dressed.
I can see the start of a smile as she turns back to get ready. I inspect my nails while I wait. A few minutes later and she hops up front like the Easter bunny, chipper as ever.
It's like your energy is stored in your outfit or something. You get dressed and wake right up.
Marina puts on airs.
I don't know what you mean. I'm always cheerful and alert.
Uh-huh. Did you know that you snore?
Her pretense is dropped in a flash.
Do not!
You do.
I lead the way out of the RV.
Loud. Like an elephant seal.
Marina blusters about for a retort while I just wait by the door laughing. She makes a noise as she passes me, crossing the parking lot. Still, she holds the door for me as we go into the diner. Okay, chat room. As much as I'm having fun with this, my eyelids are getting heavy. My body is tired. So I think this is where we're gonna end stream, but we're definitely gonna come back to Highway Blossoms. I'm loving this too much to just stop streaming it now. So thank you so much for sticking around with me. Let me just find someone to raid in the meantime. Also, if you enjoyed the stream, you should consider joining my Discord server. We're a very nice and cozy community. And here you can keep up with future streams. Now, let's see. Let me find someone to raid. I wonder if someone is actually streaming this game. It would be fun to send you guys to someone who is also streaming this. But I don't think so. No, it's just me. It's just me streaming this. So we're gonna go with someone else, I guess. Okay, I have a person. I have someone. It's something a little different, but thank you for the stream, Moonlove. Oh no, thank you so much for keeping me company. It was a pleasure. Let's see. Let's create the raid. Okay. Oh, before I do that, I think the raid message is needed. Let's see, raid message. There we go. And now let's create the raid. Alright, my loves, thank you so much for keeping me company, and I'll see you guys on the next stream. Take care and enjoy your day. Mwah. Love you.